So, welcome everybody. Let's learn how to play Tome. First, you want to find the game. You go right up to the link here. Tome Immortal Arena. You can apply. This isn't beta. You can get the game. You just simply go to the website, enter in some information over on the side up here. It says play or apply or get the beta key now. One of those few things. You click it, add in your information. It's going to ask you your skill level. Eventually, it will send you a key if it's something that if you're a player that they're looking for. So I'm an experienced MOBA player and going to spread the word for them because I think that this is great. About Tome, a MOBA, it's basically just 3v3. There's 2 turrets and then your Nexus or your base turrets. And the whole point of the game is you and 2 other players go and duke it out and try to take the enemy's base. Minions do spawn in a top lane and a bottom lane. There is a middle buff. It is a neutral creep. It's called Nazgul. What it does is it gives your minions a total buff. It just makes them super strong. So when you get to that 10-minute mark, 12-minute mark, that's where games tend to end. And that's when people are going for the Nazgul because once you get it, it's almost a guaranteed win. It's so hard to push out minions as well as champions at that point, or guardians as they're called. So when you do get into the game, this is what it looks like. I am one wonder on the game. You have your home page, play now, start, all the fun stuff. The store is where all the guardians are located, and they're basically broken down into 3 different. So you have Slayer. There's not really a pusher per se. And then you have Tactician and Tank. So really you have your carry, your support, and then tanks pretty easy and straightforward. The domain, this is where they come from. So you have wind, water, fire, earth, death, and creation, which is kind of cool. So it just goes to show that they're going to be adding more to the game. I do have melee champions and ranged. Each champion, you can click on them and see the skills that they have, the amount of damage that it does, and their difficulty, speed, strength, and health. Now, at the moment, none of it does cost platinum. Now, platinum you will, my guess, is have to buy eventually to pick up the champions, or the guardians. I keep saying champions, sorry for that. Some guardians do come with a skin, so if you play this guy, he does have a skin already, as well as Morlock. Both of them do have skins that you can play for free and check out. So once again, this is everybody. Now here is skins. So you have Osric, which is similar to a Garen, and then you have Pit Fighter, which is this like assassin, life stealer from Dota kind of thing. And just a rundown on each. So this guy, he's kind of weird, but he's this caster, healer, summons bugs at people. You have someone similar to a Nivea. Then you have Orlin, which is like this Olaf tank jumping character that does a ton of damage, and he's an absolute monster. This guy is a boss. Selene Fire, or Seraphine, as we call her, Seraphine. She's just this fire dot damage dealer nuke. She's pretty crazy. Robin just likes to throw out. There's lots of poke. I don't have really a champion that she's similar to. Maybe like a Soraka kind of thing. Malbus is this tank who's got a stun and a fear, that the fear you can run in front of people and fear them back into towers. He's incredibly cool. Kind of like a Hecarim if you wanted to imagine. Then you have Fathom, which is like a Blitzcrank or a Pudge, but does the slow, as well as has the hook and a knockback. Then you have Erbron, which is kind of like a Nature's Prophet, where he's able to like summon stuff and lock you down with a root, but he's also a healer, so he's pretty awesome if you get a good player. Morlock's your carry who goes invisible. He's kind of like a Shaco or a melee Twitch kind of thing. Then you have Neri, which is similar to Ashe, a couple long-range skills, and her ultimate is similar to Dro's, where if she keeps auto-attacking, she does more damage, where Dro's is like you get increased damage to the whole team, something sort of similar. Then Jhin is like a Talon kind of assassin individual. Then you have Osric, which is the Garen, and then you have Carr, which is this Galio stun CC machine. Pretty solid. You have the lore, talks about everything, the domains where everyone kind of comes from, the guardians are the people that we play, what you fight for are the tomes, and we are the harbingers. So that is myself, that is my people that are going to be playing with me, that's my opponents, that's just who our physical bodies are. We're considered harbingers. Now I can do into practice mode. Practice, as you can see, it is only 3v3 at the moment. They do have a 5v5 map coming out, but 3v3 is the way it is now. Because this is a browser-based game, what they were aiming for, at least these are my personal thoughts on it, is quick games. They want you to load in, they want you to play, they want you to have fun, and get on with the rest of your day. Get on to the next game, do whatever. So games roughly last, I've seen the fastest is 8 minutes, and I've seen the longest of 14 minutes and 33 seconds, which just happened a couple minutes ago. Anywhere in that range, 10 to 15 they say is the average game length, and that's very true. They can give feedback and discuss. They do have forums where they're trying to improve. Again, this is in beta, everything. This is just the groundwork. They're just going to be building it on and making it better. So you go to Start Team. You would select whatever one you had wanted. And then you would invite your team if you had wanted to invite the team. I don't have a team right now, so I will just go to Play Now and select a match. And then you go into queue. Now, queues take anywhere. I've seen queues pop in 30 seconds. I've seen queues pop in 15 minutes. There's not a lot of players out there right now, so you kind of just gotta wait around. You find stuff to do. There's people who will play another game in another browser, because just in League and Dota, excuse me, this also has a big pop-up, have to hit the accept button or you don't go into game. So it prevents people from AFKing, sorta, at least in the beginning of the game. Now, I'll talk about how everything looks when you actually get into there. First, we just have to wait on through for it. Now, you can take a little look at the match history that I have so far. It talks about any time that you have the games here. So it shows my most played Guardian. I've played him twice. I've played just about everybody at least once. I've tried to. I want to learn everybody and see what they can do, can't do, things like that. You see some of my games I do pretty well. Other games like this one, 1 and 8, I feed like it's my job. Now, this was the last game we just played, and I played the Anivia chick. She is absolutely awesome. Probably my favorite champion so far that I have played. She's got crazy damage and just CC up the butt. It is awesome. Although Morlock is just this huge carry who comes in, he bursts you quickly, he pieces out, all of a sudden he comes right back and rips your face off. So that's why I've played him twice. He's just a lot of fun. But there's all the different champions or guardians. You can just see some of the items. One thing that's interesting is you only get 4. There's only 4 item slots, and there's no summoner, spells, there's no flash, ignite, barrier, stuff like that, and no active items either. All the items are passive skill abilities. Now, the other cool thing that's with this game is just how it functions, because it's very fast-paced. You don't need the last hit. You just need to stay near the minions to get gold and experience. The other thing is once you take a turret, it is going to boost the strength of the minions. Now, when you get to boost the strength of the minions, it means that you get to push into the enemy, and because turrets have a set number of shots, basically a mana that fills up, they turn the mana into shots or ammo. You can drain the ammo, and that's one of the strategies that I've played and I've seen so far that is the most broken. Now, because it is beta, there are things that they're going to do to change and balance it out. But if we take a look at the tank roll, there are 3. Now, what's broken? Oh, and just as I was saying, you got to find the match. Come get some. And I'm more than happy to come get some. My team is all ready. We are just waiting on the opponent. This one.
User joined your
Harbinger. Harbinger, accept it. You can do this. I have faith in you. Ah, there we go. He's a troll. But this is where you choose your guardian. I'm going to play the Frost Queen. Locking in. Everyone gets to pick. So we have 2 supports and a pusher. We don't really have a damage dealer. So this is going to be a terrible game to demonstrate. But, hey. So we're going up against Night Stalker. Neri is a carry. This guy is a tank. And this is the crazy Darius Olaf freaking tanky damage dealer that rapes face. But as you can see, you load in pretty quick, as long as your one guy actually gets in. And there is a full screen mode up at the top if you do it beforehand, so you don't have to deal with the browser. I play with locked screen, otherwise my mouse pulls off to my second monitor and then it gets in the way of things. So if you're running double monitor, you do want to run locked, or you want to get a program that locks your mouse into the box of your screen. Otherwise you're going to be dragging it off and it's all a bad day. And if you're running push to talk, don't run push to talk on like a mouse 4 button, or you'll be going back every time. You'll be disconnecting from the game and then having to reconnect. If you have a fast computer, it's not that big of a deal, but it's still never fun. So as we wait on here for our Gangster 8888 to get in to the game, it's not looking too good for my team, just because my team's 2 supports and a tank versus a tank, damage dealer, and another damage dealer. But you load right into the game. There's...
Welcome to the Shattered Coliseum.
Well, listen.
Minions have taken the field.
I guess I can't top solo. I'll go bottom then. I really am just gonna go solo. He just jumps onto you. But as you can see, turrets do have ammo onto them.
The top tower is under siege.
I should really hold top. I'm gonna have to go top with them. I don't want to, but they have 2 up top, so I'm gonna need to. Ugh. So there's my Garen champion. There's this like ranged caster guy that does like CC kind of damage stuff, and all I gotta do is stay near the minions again. I don't have to do anything crazy. Oh, except for my teammate is AFK. So that is not the most fun. He's just gonna run into lane and go AFK and then die. So that's gonna be fun. It's and there's no like feeder prevention or AFK prevention. It's just straight. You play the game and whatever happens, happens. So. And there he goes. He's just gonna stand at the turret again, and yeah, and then go AFK. So that's fun. But I'm just gonna try to push the waves here, because if you push the waves, then your turret doesn't run out of ammo and you don't lose the game.
We must flow as one.
And that Neri individual just locks on target every time. Oh, there we go. So there's my Gangster 888 who has DC'd. And sadly, you can't control your enemy or your ally like you could in Dota per se. You just kinda deal with him. So I have to deal with him being AFK. Oh, that person's not AFK. I thought they were.
From many, we are made one.
Now, what's cool also is you have the buying menu. The buying menu is split into 4 different: might, attack, speed, health, and movement. Now if I hit auto, it will automatically buy the recommended item, as long as I don't get interrupted, for my character. So the recommended item is attack speed, because one of the attack speed items is that it reduces my cooldowns. And since I'm a cooldown based caster, there's nothing better than having lower cooldowns. So that's what I am working towards. So you pick up the feather, gives you the increased attack speed. The other interesting thing about this game is staying out of combat. Recovery is what it's called. You stay out of combat, and it recovers basically a huge portion, 4% of your HP, every second you're not in combat. And just gonna let my teammate know that I am okay in the top lane. I am more than fine. I need to be careful.
Together, we flow.
Sadly, my teammate is just picking up. And my teammate didn't back. Now you can back in this game. If you press the B button, you will recall back into base, and that will allow you to heal incredibly quickly. But it's simply a waste right now because of the fact that you can simply just...
In a moment, lies
Oh, and I'm gonna get dove here.
An ally has been sacrificed.
And sadly, he gets a shield, so they can dive all day. There's nothing that I can do about it. But you can back, and it does heal you faster, but it's just not needed because of right now you get... All you gotta do is stay out of combat, and there's a big out of combat thing that'll come above your head.
formlessness is the
That
way.
lets you know when you're out of combat.
A really close room.
And basically at 500 and at 1,000 gold with your 2 big buying
Bottom
points,
tower is
that's when you're
under
gonna buy your items, because, well, that's just what they cost. Trying to dive me. They can stand in my AoE. That AoE that Night Stalker just stood in, it actually does a percent of HP per second. So the longer she stands in it, the longer I don't really care.
Our top
Because
tower
it's just
is
gonna-
under attack.
Oh, my top tower is out of ammo. Not that it's out of it, or under attack. There we go, getting dove in top lane. This guy just doesn't take any damage because my turret doesn't have any ammo. So that's one thing where turrets you got to get used to
Adapt each
in the game. That once they're out of ammo, that's it. They're out of ammo. They're not getting it back. It takes way too long.
Your
And with
top
an AFK
tower
guy,
has been
there's
spelled out.
not much you can do. But that's alright.
Enemy minions have
So-
grown in strength.
As you hear, enemy minions are going to grow stronger now, which allows them to push. And, she's just so much damage. Just trying to clear the waves here. And then, show you, get back into pool, 29 HP a second, every single second. Not even, it's like half a second.
is our power.
Our bottom tower is under attack.
And I can't poke down that enemy champion right now because I just don't do enough damage. Now your main turrets do have infinite ammo, so all you have to do is keep holding on to the turrets, but that's half the battle itself, is being able to hold on to it.
Your bottom tower thingy sold out.
Oh, I just missed, son of a gun. Dodge.
We must flow as one.
And it's next to impossible. In fact, it's not even next to impossible. It is impossible to win if you have a DC. Just 3 people can push faster than 2 people can. Just period. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That's just how it is. Sadly, I can't clear incredibly fast. So I have to just use alt to clear and use my AoE to clear. Just everything. It's just spent clearing minions right now. Even though this is a lost game, and I don't think there's a surrender function, as you can see, /FF or /surrender isn't even a feature in the game yet. And, yeah, but can't kill her, unfortunately. They're just gonna push this down. Minions do so much damage to your turret. Oh no! Oh. And he's just a monster. Pressing tab allows you to see their items, and he's got bonus HP and extra might, so he hits super hard. And Neri just does so much damage already with her kit. And by the time I buy this item, I mean, our base is gonna be gone. They can just stay on it now and indefinitely kill it. And you do have ultimates, and you do get them at level 6. The other thing is you do start with all of your skills right at the start of the game. So that's kind of different and kind of cool, so that you can just pick champions that are really OP in their kit. Sadly, we are going to be able to pick up 1 kill. That's like our first kill of the game. It's not going to be enough, because even in the base, he uses his ultimate and chops me down. But that is the game. The basic rundown of it, you can see. Our main base is going to die in a moment. There we go. 1 auto attack. Does bring it down. So, that was a quick run of Tome
Defeat.
and defeat. Now the other cool thing is when you come down to the end here, you have unique IDs. With the IDs, you can see these 3 guys have been playing. There were 3,000 in the invite. That's their number for like player ID. So they were 3,000 by the time they hit and entered their beta key. I'm number 9,000, so I'm a little bit off. They've been playing for longer while than I have, because I just heard about the game, applied, and got into it. But that is the game. Quick rundown. Basics again. Minions spawn. Turrets, if they die, buff the minions. Make them even stronger. We did pick up 1 kill. That was nice. You want to push down the enemy base. Very fast pace. Again, 9 minutes. You can see. And it's just first person to push down the turrets, kill it, is going to win. Last hitting experience, you don't need to actually last hit, you just need to be in the area. Each minion gives a set number of gold. If you're in a dual lane, you get less gold. That's why I called for the solo in the beginning, get more gold. Allow for the carry, getting more damage. So you want to put your carry top solo, and you're usually tank and support and bottom, but we were double support with a singular tank, so it didn't really matter. But that is Tome. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, I will see you again sometime in the future. Make sure that you all have a great Christmas. I hope it was fantastic. And yeah, that's all I got. That's all. I don't even have a closing. This is just an awkward situation here, and I don't know how to avoid it.